Hello everyone. Today I came to show you what I do with all my scrap little pieces in the neutrals. I try to keep all my things, try to do it together. And so I was working on this today and I thought I'll turn on the camera and just show you what I do. So I had one done this morning, so I wanted to show you what I do. I just take an old book page, I glue down all my scraps, and once the glue is dried, I just go to my sewing machine and I just make zigzags, whatever. And then once this is done, you can use it as, you put it in your journal as a, because this is the perfect size up for the journal. Or you can, flip it over in your journal as well, which I've done before. And you can, do some stamping on this. So this is what I use for, this is what I make. So I'm starting another one, and I thought, oh, let me turn on the camera so I can do one with you. So I just have my papers here, and I just collage everything on it. I use my glue stick, and I'm gonna do this one over here. And then once everything is dried, you can, take it to your sewing machine. And I just love the way this turns out. I really like it. So I think I'm gonna put and this is just strips that I have, and I just stamp on it. Sometimes I stamp flowers, butterflies. Now these strips that I had left over are just wording. So I'm gonna be using this today. I need to get rid of some scraps because we accumulate so much, especially after we've done junk journal July. So I had gone through all my scraps and I thought, let me do something with all this. Oh, this is not glued down properly. Oh, it's gonna tear. And my book is so old, it's very brittle. So I'm gonna be careful. There we go. That's done. Good. Okay, so now I've got this. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. Sometimes I like inking my side because I don't like having white. This time around I am doing the stitching in dark brown. I didn't want to do black because my machine was already stitched up with brown and I didn't feel like changing my thread. So this is what I'm doing today. And it looks really nice. It's a good way of getting rid of your scraps. Well, I think so anyway. And that's it. And you continue, and there's so much scraps, I don't know. Oh, I got the music sheet already. Let's do a little piece here, which I've already got. I got the blue. And then the stamping is fun as well. I had done some in my, because I only started doing my video, my YouTube channel. It'll be 2 years in November this year, so it hasn't been that long. And I made a lot of journals before I had the video, the YouTube channel. So a lot of things I've made that that are in journals and they've been sold. So I can't really show you, but I remembered this, and I did it in one of my journals and I liked it a lot. No, I want to use this one here. Yeah, and I try to keep all my things like neutral. Sometimes my masterboards, I've done masterboard with lots of colors, which I also love a lot, and then I make photocopies. and then I can, you know, tear them up, and I like that. So that's it. So it's a nice collage. It's a lot of fun. It's relaxing. I find it very, very, very relaxing. And we all have our book scraps. No, it's too much the same. It's too much the same. I'm gonna go with, yeah, I'm gonna go with this, I think, on this one. And I mean, we all have, and sometimes I go through my scraps and all the little, you know, bits and pieces I throw out. I mean, you can't keep everything, and I don't want to be overwhelmed with bins of paper. I have 3 large plastic, what do you call these, freezer bags, and they're filled with leftover papers that, you know, when you make junk journals, you have some papers that you've printed too much. And so on here, for example, this is a perfect place, and here too, to stamp once you're done, or draw. I can draw on one page like this. I drew a doodle, which was leaves, and that's very nice as well. I like that. So, oh, and sometimes I use brown paper, but I don't have any right now here. I didn't take my, I should have taken my brown paper actually. Would have been a good idea, but didn't think about it. So, oops. So pretty easy to do. And that's it. And just continue. And, or you can do some, this is vertical, and you can do horizontal as well, which would be nice. Oh, I've got this. This is cute. I'm gonna do this right here, I think. Yep. So once I've gone through all my scraps, that's it. I don't want really to accumulate anymore, because it gets too much. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna put it right here. And I like seeing the text in the back of my holes. Or this is a ribbon punch. I don't know if you've ever seen those. You thread your ribbon on it. I've done a journal where at the page border here, I had done, I think it was my fairy journal. I did the green ribbon. It was really, really, really beautiful. I really loved it. So, yeah, I'm gonna do, this is a bit small. I need a larger one. Yeah, that could be nice. So it's a good way, and it's relaxing. That's what I like. I do this with my cup of tea or my coffee in the morning, and it looks good. Sometimes you don't want to be overwhelmed with something. You know, art is supposed to be fun, not stressful. I remember when I first started making junk journals, because I've been scrapbooking. I started scrapbooking almost 30 years ago, and then went from scrapbooking to making mini albums, like, you know, many of us have, and then from mini albums to junk journals. And I came by the junk journal when COVID hit, because for some reason I was looking for something. I was doing my Tuscany mini album, and I was looking for ideas for my my pages, and then I saw junk journal Tuscany, and I thought, what the hell is junk journal? So I started looking at that. I said, oh my goodness, this is exactly my kind, because you know, mini albums, scrapbooking wasn't so bad, but mini albums, it was stressful. I mean, you had to measure, if you had the wrong measurement, how much paper I wasted. Oh my god, because of wrong dimensions. Oh, I hated it. As much as the final result was terrific, but I hated. Um, so when I stumbled upon junk journaling, I thought this is for me. Definitely for me. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so what else am I gonna... Oh, I've got a... Oh, I've got a green one here. I think I used a green one. I've got a green one and a blue one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So that's how I came about junk journaling in my first junk journal. I didn't have anything. I was doing junk journaling with scrapbook paper, which is a big difference. I mean, it's so hard to turn, and every time you turn you fold your paper, it would crack. And no, that wasn't a good idea at all, at all, at all. So I said no. So that's when I started going to thrift shops, and my journey started. I didn't have any lace. I didn't have anything. And then after that, I discovered digitals. And I thought, what are digitals? No, that was a new thing that I had to go about that. I started watching these ladies with the digital kits, and I thought, printing that. I had a small HP just to print my, you know, everyday stuff that you need to print. And I thought, my God, it must cost a fortune to print all these documents and make journals out of it. My goodness. So you know, of course, you're asking question. I think it was junk journal tutorials when I first started. And I asked a question. I said, my goodness, it must cost a fortune to print all these papers. And she said, no, you have to have a membership in a... She says, I have a Canon membership for my digital prints. And she says, that's what I use. And then I started looking into this, and most people had the Epson printer. And so I started looking into that, and I thought, I need to go and get myself an Epson printer if I want to be serious about this. So here I go to Best Buy, and lucky for me, they had a beautiful sale that day. So I got a beautiful Epson printer. It's been, well, I got it in, so I started junk journaling 2020. I started at the end of 2020, so I think I got it just a little bit before Christmas, and they had big sales on. So I got my my printer, and then I set it all up. It's all Wi-Fi, so that was quite easy. And then I a year later, I never sewn or sewed anything in my life, never. And I was seeing everybody, because I was watching Tracy Fox, and they were sewing on their tags and all that. And so I bought the Tim Holtz stitch stamp. So I started with that, and I was quite happy with that. And the more I was going, I thought, no, I need to buy myself a sewing machine. So we have a beautiful store here that sells fabric and sewing machine, and they're the distributor for Janome. And so a year later, that was November, so it was November 21, that's it. And I think I'm gonna put this one here, I like it. So December 21, it was November 21. So I stopped at the store on my way home from doing some shopping, and I told the lady that it would be mostly for papers. And she looked at me a bit, you know, with a question mark in her face. And she says, paper. So one lady came to by the where I was, and she says, yes. She says, you must be doing some journaling. I said, yes. She says, yes. She says, I'm the owner. She says, I'll be able to direct you to the right machine. I said, I don't want to spend a fortune. I've never did some sewing. So that's how I started. And if I bought the Janome, they would give me, because I didn't even know how to thread a needle. I mean, I didn't know anything. So they gave me a 3-hour class on how to use my machine, how to put the bobbin, how to make a bobbin, and so on and so on. And then she says, you know, we have classes for sewing. We make aprons and a pillowcase, just to give you a little idea on how to use your machine, and you bring your machine to do the class. So I thought, okay. So for the whole month of January, I took the sewing class, and that's how so, you know, you're 68 years old. And I started sewing. I mean, I was, you know, in corporate, and I was in law office all my life. I worked like crazy. Never had time, you know, for anything except for work. And you come home and you're so tired from your job that you don't feel like doing anything. And I promised myself when I retired that I would be continuing with my making albums, and my albums were mostly for our travel. We've traveled quite a bit, so I was doing one for Rome and so on. And so that's it, my friends. Isn't it nice? So now I'm gonna make probably, no, it's too wet, I can't sew, but that's it. I go around with my thread, and then this one I think I'm gonna do circles. I'm gonna, you know, try and do circles around here. And you can also draw, if you're good at drawing. I'm not too good at drawing, but you can draw like a leaf and then go around with your sewing machine and do your leaf pattern. So that's it. I just wanted to show you what I do with my tons of scrap, but I like the neutral ones. The one with pattern I do also, but it's a bit harder. It's not as easy. And this one I probably do a lot of stamping. I've got all my little stamps that I have next to me, so I'm gonna do some stamping on here as well. So that's it, and I hope you enjoyed this and gives you some ideas to what to make with your scraps. And if you don't want to sew, well, you've already got this one, and you can put this in your journal. You can add some flowers on top of this, die cuts of anything, and then in the back, well, you've got a journal page. So that's it, my friends. I'll see you next time. I'm just starting out making videos, so be kind. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.